Tell us about yourself.
Hey, for most of you guys don't know, my name is Kevin Storm. In the ring, anyway. Out here, Kevin Kruszewski. I've been doing this now 14 years. I was trained in 2001 at PCW in Elk Grove, Illinois. Stuck around there for about 6 months. Decided wanted to branch back out and come back home. Worked around here for a little bit. A couple now defunct promotions. My son was born back in 2006, and I decided to step away. Probably the hardest thing I ever did was walk away, even though for a good reason. 2012, I hooked up with Jerry Wilson in Revolution Championship Wrestling. Jerry kind of retrained me, knocked all the ring rust off, and been back ever since.
Who'd your dream match be against?
Mine, as funny as it is to say because it's never going to happen now, it would be me versus AJ Styles. Just saw him first time in 2004 and just became probably the one person I've tried to idolize myself. I shouldn't say idolize, model myself after in the ring a little bit. Him and Triple H, surprisingly.
Who were your favorite wrestlers growing up?
I was a Randy Savage kid. I went from Randy Savage to Bret Hart, then Shawn Michaels, and then first time I ever saw Hunter wrestle in '94 at WCW at Starrcade, it became him and Edge when Edge showed up.
And do you remember which match that you watched that like struck you as saying, "Hey, I need to get into this"?
Yeah, ironically, it was Savage and Steamboat in '87. I was 3 years old when it happened, and I remember sitting that day watching it with my dad, and I looked at my dad and said, I'm going to do this one day. And he's laughed at me my whole life about it, but the last 14 years, I don't think I've had a bigger supporter in it than him.
Have you had any injuries in this business?
Yeah, unfortunately, I've blown my knee out. I've dislocated a shoulder. I actually took some time off this year. I had some swelling around the C3 and C4 vertebrae, bruised my spine. The other little nagging injuries, rolls, sprains. It's part of the business.
Then finally, what advice do you have to people that want to become pro wrestlers?
The biggest thing is find a reputable school. For some people it works, but don't go to just an indie fed and say, hey, I want to learn and be part of this, and just find some indie guy that's been in the business 5-6 years that wants to train you. No, spend the money, spend whatever it takes to find a good, reputable school. And your first 3 years, I can't stress this enough, keep your mouth shut and your eyes and ears open, because it's going to be the best experience and the best learning curve you'll ever find.